So this achievement requires us to defeat 15 or more trotters using the custom dice Trotter Extrapolation. So it's pretty similar to the Hunter Games achievement from the Swarm Disaster with two main differences. The first difference is that this achievement requires you to kill 15 instead of 8 trotters, but thankfully the second difference here is that it allows you to do this across all 3 planes instead of just a single plane. Okay, so for the custom dice itself, we're running the Trotter Extrapolation dice, which generates 1 Blessing Trotter and 1 Courier Trotter Beacon at the start of the first and second plane. In terms of the strategy itself, it remains similar to the Hunter Games in that outside of the obvious focus on Trotter Beacons, we also want to be hitting as many reward domains as we can, as they have a pretty high chance of spawning with the 3 little piggies occurrence, which counts as 3 Trotter kills. So when placing beacons, we want to be focusing on placing beacons on reward domains and combat domains. So with the reward domains, it gives us a chance of getting either a choice beacon or a double beacon. The choice beacon gives us 3 rewards with the option to pick one of the 3, which increases the likelihood of us finding the 3 little piggies occurrence. Likewise, the double beacon gives us 2 reward occurrences, which also increases the likelihood of us finding the piggies occurrence. When placing beacons on combat tiles, we have the chance of getting 2 or even 3 trotter kills if the combat tile spawns with 2 or 3 enemies, as opposed to an elite domain which always spawns with 1. So this is why we're always going to be prioritizing combat domains over elite domains. Okay, with that said, let's have a look at our optimal die faces for this setup. Beacon Imagination lets us place a beacon on any combat, elite, reward, occurrence or abnormal occurrence. If you want to play it safe, I would go with combat, but if you want to gamble for a triple, then place it on a reward. General Inspiration lets you select one domain to copy to 2 random locations. This also copies the beacons, so it's a good way to fill your map with trotter beacons or double reward domains. General Diffusion generates 3 random beacons onto the field. It can only be used once per plane though, so make sure that you don't waste it. Then for the purple die faces, we've got Beacon Intimacy, which generates 2 random blessings or courier trotter beacons when you enter the domain with a beacon on that turn, and General Counteract, which lets you select one domain to copy onto an adjacent domain. And then finally, we've got General Sensibility, which immediately generates 1 blessing or courier trotter beacon onto a random combat or elite domain.